Kidd Kraddick in the morning.
The Showbiz Top 5.
Kellie Rasberry with your Showbiz Top 5 for Wednesday, September the 15th. George Michael's been sentenced to spend 8 weeks behind bars in a British jail. I wonder if they're anything like our jails or if they're a little bit comfier. For some reason, I think they might be because they're British. But anyway, back on July 4th, he is accused of plowing his Range Rover through the front of a photo shop in London. And when officers got there, they said he was kind of dazed and out of it and admitted he'd smoked pot and taken a sedative, which, you know, why would you get behind the wheel? Well, apparently George has a history of pulling stunts like that. And the judge told him apparently he hasn't learned his lesson, so hopefully 8 weeks behind bars will do the trick for him. Now, Real Housewives of D.C. and White House gate crasher Michaele Salahi is finally telling us that she's been dealing with multiple sclerosis for 17 years. She hasn't talked about it until now because she didn't want to be viewed as sickly and she didn't want to be pitied. But I guess with all the negative press the Salahis have been getting, she thought now was a good time to have a little pity thrown her way. While Rihanna was performing with Eminem on the VMAs in L.A., on the other side of the country, Chris Brown was sitting around pouting in a nightclub. Sources say he was hanging out in the corner of the Veranda nightclub in the West Village, and he was being really quiet, lifeless, not talking to anybody really, refusing to take pictures with fans. But the club comped him a couple of bottles of vodka anyway, I guess, to help him get through the night, and then he left without even leaving a tip for the waitstaff. Shaquille O'Neal being slapped with a couple of lawsuits is pretty scandalous stuff, and you can read the complete diatribe on Radar Online. But basically, out of a couple of the lawsuits, his former assistant is suing him, saying he had all this evidence on his computer about Shaquille having multiple affairs, so Shaquille conspired with law enforcement officials to plant evidence of child pornography on his computer so they could confiscate it, and then he could have, you know, all this incriminating evidence against him, and then through another computer in the lake to destroy evidence that Shaquille was just a busy bee, hacking computers, changing passwords, deleting emails and messages, just a big mess. Again, Radar Online has the complete scoop on that. And then finally, Jennifer Aniston, we all know she's got that fabulous figure thanks to lots of yoga. So she woke up really early in the morning and decided to do her sun salutations with the windows open, the breeze blowing in. Happened to be naked at the time, so doing that pretzel pose was probably a little bit more revealing of certain body parts than she would have liked, especially when the lawn boys walked by. They looked in, she looked out, big scream, you know, was let out. The guys ran and hid in the bushes. She threw on a robe and called her assistant and immediately instructed them to inform the lawn service that the employees are no longer allowed on the property that early in the day when she's in town. And that's your Showbiz Top 5.
Check out more blogs, pics, videos, and celebrity gossip, all at KiddLive.com.